Hello Libra, thank you very much for tuning into this week's read. For the main part of the read, I'm using Paulina Tarot by Paulina Cassidy. There's her name right up there. There is a website for them, usgamesinc.com. If it will focus. It's a 2008 deck, but they might have a reprint, or there might be other things that they have going on if you like their style. Supportive Oracle cards. I almost tripped on that. Spellcasting Oracle cards. Flavia, Barbara, and Lisbeth created these. There's their last names in case you want to look that up. But they do have a website, which may make it a little easier on you. SheWhoIsArt.com. So if you're interested in what they have, go ahead, search that out. I just got this deck recently, so I know it's out there to be purchased. So you got that. Ooh. That's a fun card. What do you got going on here? And I'll tell you, the card I'm looking at, it says Psychic Abilities. So even if you're a person who doesn't normally experience that type of thing, and even more so if you are a person that does experience that stuff, it's like a spike. It's going to be a spike. I'm already getting that. It's like, for example, the way I view clairvoyant visions is like when you're looking and you see it with these eyes, like something happens in front of you and you know that that doesn't make sense in the real world. Like I've seen some weird stuff. I don't know what to tell you. But you know when it's like, wait, that's not really there, but what the hell was that? One of those things where you see somebody walk by and they're there, then they're gone, and you're like, what's that? Could be a spike like that. That to me is a clairvoyant vision. When you see it in your mind, that's not really clairvoyant, in my opinion. I know people argue that, but like it's different. But that would be like a spike when you see something like with your physical eyes, not just in your mind. Because I'm seeing there's something with psychic abilities coming in, and I'm also getting like, I don't like it. Whatever it is you're seeing or you're experiencing, for Libra, I'm getting like, oh, I don't like that. This might be for some of you, especially if this is something where you don't really usually go the psychic realm, you don't usually experience things like that. You might have initially met somebody, had a really bad feeling about them, but decided that that wasn't fair and just kind of like overrode the thought. And now you're finding out that original feeling, which was very strong, was correct, that this was not a good energy for you to be around. Because I feel like you're looking at something and you knew it wasn't right, but you overrode it, is what I'm getting. Feels like you knew it wasn't right. Something wasn't right here. Something fell off, but there was nothing tangible to say that's not good. It was just a really deep, strong feeling like, I don't like this. But I feel like you overrode it. You're like, no, I want to be fair. And just to be fair, on my own experiences, especially in my 20s, because I get these feelings all the time. I'll meet somebody for the first time, and usually it's a fair feeling or it's a good feeling, but once in a while it's just kind of like run fast, run now. And in my 20s, I used to be like, oh no, I don't want to be that jerk. I don't want to be that person that doesn't give people a chance. Meanwhile, later, digging the knife from out of my back, like, oh yeah, I guess this was theirs. I guess I should have known. Because I'm getting the Devil card with the Three of Swords. There's not a good energy, at least towards you. Doesn't mean they're a bad person all over, but when it comes to you, for whatever reason, they're not good for you. And I'm getting the Three of Swords with the Devil card, kind of like, I almost feel like this person or this energy, whoever this is, blames you. Whatever's going wrong in their life or whatever's going on here, they blame you. And I flat out get that you're not to blame. You're just flat out not. But they blame you. They do. When I'm getting these two cards together, they're like, Libra did it to me. Libra did it to me. And I don't think so. I don't think that's really how that went. And I feel like that might be the psychic connection, kind of like you knew in the beginning, like something wasn't going to go well. It's almost like they blamed you before they even knew you. And I feel like they're not letting that go. Whoever this is seems to be hell-bent, like proving like, no, it was the Libra. The Libra set me up. I'm telling you, the Libra set me up. And they just won't back off from it. A lot of passion behind that too. My whole life is the way it is because of that Libra. The Libra did it, I'm telling you. They're not letting it go. They are just not willing to let it go. There's no way, no how, no how. No way, no how, no how. Like, we might be reiterating. They might be constantly reiterating the same thing over and over again, too. Because I'm like, that sounded dumb. But no, it had purpose. Okay. I think if this reading is really touching for you, making sense to you, what they're warning you is like, your good nature, you're trying to believe better. This might go two different ways. Like, you might want to, either part of you thinks they're just confused, and or you think maybe if we just reason this out and talk this out and like say, well, see, this is what actually happened. I know you feel that way, but look at what actually happened and look at the proof I have here. Not gonna work. Not gonna work. Not gonna work. You could have all the hard evidence right in front of you. You could have witnesses to the day's end, and they'll be like, you paid them to say that. You made up that. Those photos, they're doctored. I don't believe a word you're saying. You're setting me up even more now. You're just trying to make me look like I'm crazy, Libra. That's what you're doing. You don't need to make them look like they're crazy. They already are. That's what I'm getting. Sorry, because I know there's going to be a crosswatch here, and I'm going to get barbecued on this one. I can feel it. Libra's not going to barbecue me. I feel like somebody else is. I can just see it coming. Sorry, this is how it's coming through. Take it with a grain of salt. They are general reads. So, you're hoping for the best. You're believing that something can go better here. This is not going to change. They're trying to let you know what's going on with this person. It's kind of like, it honestly feels kind of karmic in a way. Kind of like karmic in the sense of like, I don't usually go there with this, but like it goes life after life after life where they just believe and they just keep coming back into your energy and they always believe and they always believe and it just always is how they feel. It just never stops, which is why they're saying like, sometimes you just gotta like throw in the towel and just realize there's nothing here for you to fix. You know what I mean? Have the courage to let it go. There's better things out there that you can actually be effective with. This is one of those times where I feel like good people get stuck in these bad cycles where they keep trying to fix the same thing, the same thing, the same thing. When in truth, if they disconnect from that cycle, they could be very effective making other things better. Your energy could go somewhere else and actually improve things and actually make life better for other people. This one, it's not going to work. There's a weird energy here too where other people might be assisting you to try to make this better, but I just feel like it doesn't stop. The Seven of Wands is kind of like somebody is trying to debunk it for you. Some other people are trying to help you. It does seem to be like there's a lot of work going on to correct the situation, and it does seem like there's forgiveness. But that same energy always comes back and kind of spoils the pot. It's kind of like if you didn't like hot sauce, for example, somebody keeps making chicken soup, but then somebody takes a bottle of hot sauce and keeps dumping it in there. And then they put more water and they add more of this, that, and they try to make it so as less as they can. But once that happens, somebody comes back and dumps another bottle of hot sauce in it. It just doesn't stop. I feel like what they're saying is don't waste too much time on this. You're very inspired to fix it. They're very, very inspired that you're wrong. Like there's this passion that burns within you, kind of like we need to fix this, we can make this right. They are on the opposite side saying, no, you definitely are screwing me over, and I know you are. And one of these days I'm going to prove it. Every time you do something, you're doing it to screw me over, and I know you are. And they wait for their moment to keep proving it. And they think one day they'll prove that Libra, they have it out for me. And one of these days I'll prove it. Everybody will believe me, and they'll be like, oh, you were always right. And that's never going to happen. Vice versa, you're kind of like, one of these days I'll prove to them that I'm not, and they'll believe me, and they'll stop trying to think that I'm out to get them. And you're not going to be able to prove that either. I feel like the whole thing with this is like, don't squander all your time, or I feel like don't waste your time on this. Take your energy somewhere where it's effective, where it can actually make a good difference. And I'm getting in the beginning again, when you first came across this person, you probably had that feeling. You just didn't like having that feeling, and you didn't want to be that person that was like, oh, that doesn't make rational sense. They haven't done anything to me. I just feel like they're wrong. I just feel like they don't like me, but I don't want to perpetuate that, so I'm not going to allow that to be here. I'm going to override it. So, I mean, these readings are general readings, so if it touches, great. If it doesn't, move on. Don't worry about it. I still feel like I'm getting this feeling like I'm going to get barbecued in the comments by somebody. They're just going to oh, it's going to be a barbecue. I can feel it, but I'm going to let it go. So thank you for watching. I hope that helps. If you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com, James the number 4, astral@gmail.com. If you're interested in the donation information, that is below. Thank you for watching, and have a great day.